I think my real interest in Formula One started in 1981. I think that's when Television New Zealand started having a TV program on Sunday afternoons that had highlights of the Formula One races. They weren't very long, but boy, it was fascinating. I was hooked, and I started finding things to buy, reading things. Amongst other things, I bought an Emerson Fittipaldi poster driving the McLaren, great big poster on my wall, something a bit like this. Also from the same model and hobby shop that was in the local mall, I bought a couple of team guide books, one of which was this one, and the other was this one. My brother and I had already fallen in love with slot car racing, and we were making our own slot cars. I made a cardboard body, because that's what I had that I could use, of the 1981 Brabham. And at the time, my favourite driver was Nelson Piquet.
Now, of course, Denny Hulme had won the Formula One World Championship in 1967, the year I was born, and he is still the only New Zealander to have won the Formula One World Championship. So in 1981, Brabham won with this car, the BT49 or 49C, and this is the car I made a cardboard model of and painted by hand, and I used that body, it was roughly 132 scale, as a slot car body. I also found a model kit of the BT46, so that was the non-fan car version, and one of my favourite drivers was John Watson, and I made the kit with John Watson as the driver. So this is the Tamiya kit that I bought from the local model shop. It cost me $16.50, which would have taken me a while to save up at the time. So the kit has survived as I made it. It had come apart, the glue had sort of fallen to pieces a little bit, and some of the decals have rubbed off and so on a little bit. I recently glued it back together, did a little bit of touching up, and I also just made this little inner box to help the whole thing not fall to pieces. The instructions feature a very young looking Bernie over here. So I followed the guide pretty closely, however I referred to photographs to try and get the weathered look. I was always interested in realism. Probably not extreme realism, but I just wanted it to look like a car that had been raced.